What I'm about to say to you will save your life if you take it on board, because the irony is most of you won't. Some people don't want to be saved. Some people don't want to change for the better. Some people don't want to improve. Some people don't want to grow. Some people don't want to have ambition. Some people are happy where they are, living fake bullshit lives, stabbing themselves in the foot over and over again, getting nowhere. But as us, the empaths, the ones who give a shit, the ones who care, we get so frustrated because we know there's more to these people, but they just don't want to hear it. And it's all nonsense and bullshit. And speaking of bullshit, if you're tired of those sort of people and want to be around people who do want to level up, want to invest in their growth, and want to have the uncomfortable conversations to improve their lives, join my free community, the No Bullshit Society. It's totally free, and the link's in the description and pinned comment just down below. So as someone who does coaching myself, as someone who's been on YouTube for a long time, got almost 7 million views, so reached a lot of people, okay? I've seen all types of people from all backgrounds, races, age groups, religions, and problems. And a very small percentage want to do something about it, even if they don't work with me or whatever. But then the vast majority don't give a shit. They like to moan and complain and not do anything about their situation. They want to feel like the victim whilst once again not doing anything to change. And they want to be doomers and black pillars and miserable people who just plod along, lurk around, say the occasional thing, try to be controversial whilst wallowing in self-pity. I get it. Whatever's happened to you is not acceptable. I get it. You were hard done by. Life is unfair. Trust me. I know what that's like recently in my life. But when someone tries to help you, when someone tries to inspire you, when someone tries to give you an olive branch and all you do is snap that branch and throw it back in their face and say that you're a lost cause, then there's a serious problem there. If you really want to go into it, and this is my personal theory, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think certain individuals with this victim personality enjoy the attention. They enjoy the fact that they're hard done by and you apparently feel sorry for them. They enjoy the fact that you're going to drop everything and listen to their woes, that you're going to donate to them, that you're going to lend money to them that you're never going to get back, time and energy and so on. And in the process of trying to save these people who don't want to be saved, or at the same time can't be saved, we don't save ourselves. That is the crux of the problem here. We don't save ourselves. So what do we do to ourselves? Well, that's a more brutal realization. If you stick around, I'll tell you exactly what happens to us. So let's look at you, first of all. You were raised to be a good little boy or girl. You were raised to be a people pleaser. Yeah, you've got to put the priority in the needs of everyone else by yourself. You were told to be quiet, to behave, and so on. Okay, you might have been a bit mischievous and naughty in certain times, but you were never the rebel. You played it by the book. You were raised to be nice. You were raised to be good. You were told to be good. Perhaps through your religious teachings as well, it's the same thing. And of course, it pays to be good, but it doesn't pay to be self-righteous and to be a martyr and to be the savior. We put on our metaphorical capes and think, that's it. I'm out there to save the world. If we go into a toxic relationship, we say, I can change them. If we see somebody sobbing in the street, we stop and we donate and we give money. And then the next thing we know, we're in business with these people and they're taking advantage of us. You have to come to the realization that there are not good people in this world. There are evil people in this world. Manipulative, toxic, nasty people. And it is not your job to save them. You are not Jesus Christ. You are not the prophet. You are not the martyr. You are a human being. You are not Gandhi. You're not Mother Teresa. You are a human being, having a normal human existence. And part of the reason that you feel this obligation to save others is because you're neglecting the most important person in your life. You're not saving the most important person in your life, yourself. And how the hell do I know this? Because I did it. I did it for years. I witnessed others doing it for years. And what did they get? Well, here's the irony in thing. We think when we're being charitable like this and we're doing these things, we're trying to save these people, that it's going to make us feel good, that it's going to give us a VIP ticket to heaven, that it's going to allow us to have good karma come into our life. That doesn't mean that you become a selfish arsehole and just do whatever you want. No. But at the same time, you cannot get yourself being taken advantage of, because trust me, you will. Those who want to be saved have self-awareness and do something about it. That's the difference. They'll take it on board and say, do you know what? I am smoking too much. Do you know what? I am unhealthy. Do you know what? I have to break these patterns and do something about it. And then they go off and do it themselves. You're not there to tutor them. You're not there to coach them and so on. When I coach people, it's up to them. We're talking through a screen. I can give you the tools and the ideas, but it's up to you whether you want to change your life. If you don't want to change your life, completely different story. But we have that obligation, don't we? We think to ourselves, okay, I want to save that person. Well, it breaks my heart seeing my brother addicted to cocaine. It breaks my heart seeing my sister just so low and not finding love, even though she's 50. It breaks my heart seeing my parents make the same mistake over and over again. But like I said, these people don't want to be saved. They want to be coddled. They want to have attention. They want you to validate them in some way or form. And then the second you leave the room, the second you hang up the phone, the second that you stop looking after them, they're going to go back to their habits anyway. Because they know you're going to enable it. A prime example of this is a toxic relationship. We stay in toxic relationships longer than we should do, marriages and so on. And this could even be friendships and family, because we think they're finally going to get it. They're finally going to get it. Women will stay with the bad boy. I can change him, but then not realize that they're immature for choosing the bad boy in the first place. Yeah, you want to be a rebel, cool. What about it when you're a single mum? What about it when he cheats on you, inevitably? What about it when he abuses and disrespects you? And it's the same with guys as well. I can change that woman who's riddled with red flags, who's so toxic, who's so narcissistic, because she's attractive, because she's pretty, because, maybe I can buy love from her. And instead you get badly burnt and she doesn't change. These people don't change. I know this. I've got the scars and wounds to prove it. They get worse over time. They become more passive aggressive, more selfish, more toxic, more disrespectful. And this applies to friends. This applies to family. This applies to the stranger who you've just met, who's told you their life story. And suddenly, like I said, you're either in business with them, you're living with them, you're cooking with them, cleaning with them, and so on. This martyrism, this people pleasing, is wrapped in ego inside of us. We do it because we want to feel better about ourselves. What if I donate to that person and help that person? It's going to make me feel better. But what's going on inside of us that we don't feel good anyway? Why do we feel shit to begin with? Let's go back to the beginning of the video. You were gaslighted, manipulated, raised to be a people pleaser. Your needs don't matter. Your wants don't matter. Your emotions don't matter. Someone's got it worse than you. You've had it really good. Blah, blah, blah. All effing bullshit. And therefore, you are this fake hero. You're not Superman. You're not Wonder Woman. You can't have the incredible strength and courage to achieve the impossible. No, because we haven't conquered or saved ourselves in the process. And once we turn the mirror to look on us and reflection on us, that's where it all starts to make sense. And then that's exactly what I did. When I walked away from the wrong people, when I stopped trying to save idiots who are just stupid and toxic, when I started giving up on people who couldn't save themselves, it hurt my ego. I thought to myself, well, I've beaten addiction, why haven't they? Well, I've turned my life around, why haven't they? Well, I've become more emotional, because they don't want to be saved. So if they don't want to be saved, what do they want to do? They want to wallow in their misery. They want to wallow in their pain. They want to be self-destructive. They want to self-sabotage. And most importantly of all, they don't want to grow, whether they're in their 30s or in their 90s. They stagnate, or in some extreme cases, go downhill rapidly and very, very quickly. But what about us? So what do? If we're not going to bother saving them, what do? We start by saving ourselves. The first way you can save yourself is to remove yourself from such individuals. Put them at arm's length, block, walk away, go no contact. Just evaluate your entire relationship and say to yourself, is this what I want to put up with? Is this worth the stress? When, God forbid, I can get myself ill, is this worth the time and energy? No. Well, how else can I further save myself? Well, I can learn. I can watch videos like this. I can do coaching. I can read books. I can actually figure out who the hell I am. Okay, then you start saving yourself. Then you actually start facing adversity and the pain head on. Have you ever noticed if you put something off for a very, very long time, and when you do it, everything falls apart? Your life is so stressful, all the problems mount because it's all happened at once. Well, no, it's because you prolonged it for so long. And when you happen to do it, it's too late by then. But there's still a chance that you can squeeze that in. I've done that with trauma. I've done that with self-actualization. I've done that with confidence. And the man I become through the experience, through the intensity, pushing through the adversity is chalk and effing cheese. So here's what I'm trying to say to you. Figure out who the hell you are. Own it, double down on it. Distance yourself from those who don't want to be saved. And I don't give a shit if it's your mother. I don't give a shit if it's your brother. And if it's your partner in a relationship, you need to seriously evaluate that relationship and what it brings to your life and what you bring to the table and why you're in it in the first place. And then slowly but surely, one foot in front of the other, you take off that metaphorical cape. You are no longer the world's martyr and savior. Yes, you're frustrated. Yes, they don't understand it. But you just start leading by example. You show people through casual conversation, through your choices and actions every day, through the way you carry yourself, through your aura, that this is who you are. When people work with me, I share my stories and how I've conquered it. And I give it straight, no bullshit. And I only talk about what I know about. I don't expand into other topics and stuff because I've never experienced those things and I don't know what to do in those situations. And so I don't talk about it. But this is what I know. And I know how draining, exhausting, and financially expensive and physically taxing it can be trying to save those who don't want to be saved. And trust me, I get emails, calls, and so much more from people all the time begging to be saved, but they don't wish to be saved. I ask them a simple question. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. Are you going to do it? Okay. And then 24 hours later, or even a week later, they're back to their old ways. So this is your warning sign. This is your wake-up call. This is your time to stop putting up with the nonsense and the bullshit. And speaking of bullshit, if you want to level up with like-minded people who will hold you accountable, have the uncomfortable conversations, and so much more, join the best self-improvement community on the internet, the No Bullshit Society, founded and ran by me and many other wonderful people. It's totally free to join. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Lastly, is it heartbreaking? Yeah, sure. But what's more heartbreaking is our lives robbed, our time taken away from us, and our health evaporated from energy-draining vampires, sick, twisted people who revel in guilt, shame, and attention-seeking. You cannot please the unpleasable. You cannot save those who don't want to be saved. And for whatever reason, don't care how you met, don't care the circumstances, they are wrong for you. And you will never be good enough for the wrong person. And think about it, even from a religious point of view, if you've prayed for those people and they still don't want to be saved, then if a higher power can't do it, why can you? It's time to take the L. It's time to take it on the chin and focus that attention directly on ourselves. We need to be saved. And no one is coming to save us. So it's time to do the inner work.